Hi, good evening. My name is Dawn Bazanko, and thank you so much for stopping here so I can tell you a little bit about my story. I am a small town girl from small town South Dakota. I moved to the big city of Chicago for 5 years, and then I was relocated with my husband in Crossville, Tennessee, and that's currently where we are living. We are raising our two beautiful children. When I was in Chicago, I was in the corporate world. We were newly married. My husband was still in school, and I was just working all the time. And I was okay with it. He was studying all the time, I was working all the time. We moved to Tennessee. We started a family, and I realized that working all of those hours was not something that I wanted my life to be like. I had two babies, and 4 years after my last baby, I was still carrying around some of that extra baby weight. I was still working 40 to 60 hours a week. I was missing out on things. My kids would be out, Corey and the kids would be outside playing, and I would be inside pulling reports and doing things, and I was just missing out on life. I was overwhelmed. I was stressed. I was overworked. I had an unhealthy relationship with food. Can anybody else relate to that? And I said, enough is enough. I looked to my friend Lori, and I saw that she was so happy and something was going on with her, and there was just a light inside of her. And she was like a ball of fire, and I wanted exactly what she had. So after being in constant hiding, feeling not worthy of my husband's love and attention, and hitting the gym, the CrossFit gym, 5 days a week and not seeing any results, I decided that there was something that had to change. So I contacted Lori, and she told me about this amazing superfood nutrition that she was doing and how it has changed her world. So I gave it a try, knowing I was going to get my money back, because they offered a 30-day money back guarantee. I knew I was going to get my money back because I had tried everything, and I was already eating somewhat healthy. Like, I was not eating fast food. I did not have sodas. I was not eating candy. I was eating healthy, and I was seeing no results. After 6 weeks on the program, I can tell you that my life absolutely changed. I went back to South Dakota after being home at Christmas. I went back in February, and everybody there, what their mouths dropped. They couldn't believe what they saw. I had released inches and pounds, and my hair was healthy, my nails were long, my skin was completely different, and I felt like I was lighting up from the inside out. It was absolutely incredible. I didn't change anything other than what I was eating. I incorporated these amazing superfoods into my system. I was still doing the same workouts, and the weight just melted off. What I found is that I was under eating, overworking out, and I was still stressed. I was not fueling my body properly. So once I started eating more, which is definitely a shift in the mindset, once I started eating more, that's when the weight was coming off. Then, fast forward a year or so, and I had gone to my company and I said, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I'm missing out on my kid's life. And I have doubled my income with this residual income. I doubled my corporate salary income with this residual income that I was making just by sharing with my friends and family about what I was doing. And in the beginning, my friends and family would say, Dawn, what are you doing? You're so different. And I would tell them I'm just clean eating. That's it. I'm just clean eating, which was kind of true, but also a lie. And I finally just shouted to the world that this is what I was doing, and I felt incredible doing it. And next thing I knew, I was getting these dings every single Monday. and I was, ding, you've been paid, it would be $100 here, $300 here, $1,000 there. It really made a huge impact in our life. And my husband was never asking me any questions. He just knew that he wasn't seeing any money coming out of our checking account to pay for this superfood, so he didn't really care what was going on. He came to me one day and he said, Dawn, we need to make a decision. We need to either invest in X, Y, and Z, or we pay off A, B, and C, or like we have to make a decision because we can't do everything because we don't have the funds for it. And I said, before we make any decisions, I want to show you something. And I logged into my secret little bank account that I had, that where all of this little extra money, just this little side stuff that I did in the spare time, an hour here, an hour there, you know, a little bonus that I would get for helping my friend Mary get started, whatever it was. And I showed Corey, and we had over $25,000 sitting there in that bank account. And his mouth dropped. He didn't know what to say. He had no words. And he said, well, I guess we can do it all. And that was the first time that I felt like I could really contribute to my family. And it made a huge impact for us. And since then, we have made considerable withdrawals from this account to pay for different funds that we need to do. We like to keep this, account working as like a nest egg and not dig into it or dip into it when it, just whenever we want to. But I also like to splurge, and I like to do things for my family that, this residual income has allowed us to do. So going on VIP tours of Disney, paying for elaborate vacations, and paying for retirement funding so we can live a better life later down the road is what this income has done for us. I have been able to cut down on my hours, and I'm still, because of who I am and what I like to do, I am still working in the corporate world a little bit, but it is on my own terms, and it's nothing close to what I was doing when I was living in Chicago. So now I have an 11 and an 8-year-old, and they ask me on a weekly basis, Mommy, have you helped anybody today? Have you helped anybody get healthy? Their dreams are to open their own account and to help people do things like this. They talk to their teachers and they say, oh, you need one of my mommy's drinks, or something along those lines when they say they don't have time, or they need, they can't do something. There's nothing more heartbreaking than to tell your child that you can't do something because you don't have the funds to do that. And I'm just so grateful for this vehicle that has changed our life, that has helped us say yes to more things, to help us donate to more things that are more near and dear to our heart. And more importantly, to bring other mothers home, and they are no longer in the work field. I have a dear friend from college. She has closed her daycare doors, and she is no longer watching over everybody else's kids while her kids are off to school and off to a field trip. She can now be on that field trip with her children. And that is what lights me up every single day. Getting a text message from another friend from college or from high school that said, I've lost 60 pounds. Thank you so much. I no longer have the chronic pain in my knees. Thank you so much. This has been such a blessing. You have saved us. The extra $300 that I earned this month has helped pay for my child's car payment. it's the little tiny things like that that has made a huge impact in my life and in so many of my people in my circle, so many of their lives. And so if any of this resonates with you, and if you can think of one person in your life that this company could bless, then I ask you to look into it more. I invite you to talk to me more, to send me a direct message and see how I can help you. I had no idea that my path in life was going to be to serve other people in this capacity. And I could not be more blessed to be doing something like this with such an amazing and generous company as the one that I am partnering with. So I hope that this spoke to you, and I'm sorry for getting a little bit emotional there, but it speaks true to my heart. So I hope everybody has a great day, and I hope to talk to you soon.